Today, we will witness two breakthroughs in AI that have the potential to fundamentally alter the future. We will understand how these advancements are providing us with a glimpse of possibilities beyond our wildest dreams. The second piece of news has the potential to disrupt the careers of the most esteemed professions humanity has ever established. What if there is a world where robots could see through smoke, fog, and even walls? What does it sound like? Like something from science fiction? However, what if I told you that this is a fact, and that it is possible because of a breakthrough that mixes radio waves and artificial intelligence? Two things that don't seem to go together? A quick look at PanoRadar, a robot talent that could change everything. Robots have always had a hard time when they have to work in harsh settings. For the most part, cameras and LiDAR are great tools for understanding the world. However, this is only true until things get complex. Consider a building that is smoky or a road that is foggy. Those light-based sensors suddenly lose almost all of their ability to see. Penn engineering researchers, on the other hand, have looked to nature for ideas on how to solve this situation. Nature is full of creative ideas. For instance, bats don't use light to help them see. Instead, they use sound waves to help them see. Is it true that they are sharks? It is possible for them to pick up on electricity fields coming from the animals they hunt. The experts had an idea. Why not help robots see with something other than light? Which is why this is where the idea of radio waves comes in. Radio waves are different from light in that they can go through some kinds of fog, smoke, and even walls. Think about how much this could help a robot that is on a rescue mission and trying to see through a smoke-filled building. At this point in time, the device in question is like a beacon that points robots in the right way. A PanoRadar works like a lighthouse, but instead of light, it uses radio waves to keep an eye on the distance. Imagine that a lighthouse is keeping an eye on the distance. But wait, that's not the end of the story. PanoRadar can show a three-dimensional picture of its surroundings by rotating a vertical collection of antennas in a full circle. This makes it possible for the device to send out radio waves that are mirrored off of the environment. It's interesting that it uses advanced artificial intelligence to put all of these reflections together, which makes a very detailed three-dimensional picture. What do you think about the matter? It's not even close to being expensive when compared to LiDAR. One possible price for LiDAR, which is the main sensor used for three-dimensional mapping, is a high one. PanoRadar comes to mind. When you compare this product to others, it has the same level of detail, but costs a lot less. But hold on, the magic isn't just in dispersing waves, the speaker said, and they were right. PanoRadar's artificial intelligence is the real star of this case. So that it can understand the radio signals better, it puts together all the information it has received and teaches itself something. Take a moment to imagine that you are teaching a robot to recognize different things, places, and even people based on the way radio waves bounce back to them. Giving this job in the right way wasn't an easy thing to do. Is there a major obstacle to be overcome? Every detail is being recorded while the robot does its job at the same time. Even a small amount of movement could make the numbers wrong. Still, they were able to make it work by using some very clever methods. This meant that the imaging was very accurate, even though they were always on the go. Would you like to think about one more great benefit? Glass walls between rooms. LiDAR can't tell the difference between glass and other things because it needs light to work. PanoRadar comes to mind. The device can find glass surfaces, even when there is a lot of smoke around, and figure out where people are with a level of accuracy that can't be matched by any other technology. Search and rescue tasks can go in a lot of different directions, which is pretty cool. The Penn engineering team plans to add more sensors, like cameras and LiDAR, PanoRadar in the future, so that robots can adapt to real-world scenarios even better. In this way, robots will be able to deal with real-life scenarios. Why do you want to? And the simple reason is that every sensor has both good and bad points. And when they all work together, they make a powerful sensing system that is hard to beat. This new technology called PanoRadar gives robots a whole new skill. Remember this the next time you hear about robots being able to see in the dark, or when it's foggy or smoky outside. Our research into how PanoRadar has changed the way robots see is now complete. Alright, so now we have just finished. What would you think if I told you that another team is taking robots to the next level in a totally different area? It's going to happen this time while the patient is having surgery. Imagine a robot that can not only help with surgery, but also be as good at it as a human surgeon. It would be truly amazing to achieve this. It might seem like science fiction at first, Researchers at Johns Hopkins University and Stanford are making it possible for this to finally happen. Their team just finished teaching a robot new skills using an interesting method called imitation learning. The results are revolutionary. The plan was used to teach the robot what to do. Okay, could you please give me a more in-depth explanation of how copy learning works? In other words, it's teaching robots by example, like how a student would learn from watching an expert give a talk. For example, researchers didn't code every single move a robot needs to make during surgery. Instead, they showed it hundreds of movies of real surgeries. That way, the robot could learn how to make the right moves. Just for a moment, let's say you want to learn a new skill by watching as many YouTube movies as you can. You could say that these robots did the same thing as the humans. They did it much faster. The famous Da Vinci surgery system robot was told to do 3 important surgery tasks: move needles, lift tissue, and sew up wounds. The 3 most important parts of surgery are included in these jobs. A lot of different surgical techniques use these parts to give them their shape. A machine learning framework similar to the one used in ChatGPT was built by the group so that imitation learning could be benefited from. ChatGPT can understand language. This model can correctly interpret the movements and angles needed for precise robotic surgery. The Da Vinci technology is expected to be used by hundreds of hospitals around the world. So, this means that a lot of surgical movies are already out there for educational reasons, which is like a treasure chest full of information for doctors all over the world. After being given this information, the robot would be able to watch, learn, and finally become very good at these therapies much faster than any human surgeon could. Things start to amaze you and make you question everything at this point. It wasn't enough for the robot to just copy moves. It also had to learn how to think for itself. It will pick up a dropped needle and keep doing what it was doing even if no one tells it to. This adaptability is one of the most important things that can help robotic surgery reach full autonomy in the future, when it will be able to do a whole surgery without any help from a person. The Da Vinci method does, in fact, limit the people who use it, which is bad enough. One thing that is well known about it is that it is notoriously inaccurate in some places. The researchers were able to solve this problem by teaching the robot to focus on relative moves instead of exact placements. This gave the robot an adaptability that was natural and almost human. This way, the group thinks, brings them a lot closer to being able to really be independent in the surgeries they do. It's an interesting idea to think about how to teach a robot to do a full surgery in days instead of years. This would make it possible to have surgeries that are not only safer, but also more accurate and even less likely to lead to mistakes in medical care. This is a big step forward for both the field of surgery and health as a whole. Today, we saw the development of 2 amazing new superpowers in robots: the ability to see through tough conditions and the skill to do surgery like a person. These are both very impressive skills. More and more artificial intelligence is helping robots find their way around and act in the real world, which can be anything from smoke-filled factories to operating rooms. This is a big improvement over the past few years. To be honest, this is just the start of things. If you are as amazed as we are by these technological advances, please check out this page and click the like button. At all times, you will know the latest details about artificial intelligence thanks to this. Could you please tell me what you think about how robots might change our lives in the future? Please feel free to write what you think in the comment box. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the future of AI with us.